record this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jeff Goodwin, Forex Trading for Beginners, Changing Lives. And as you know, I trade using the Ninja trading system. This evening, we've got with us a very good friend of mine, all the way from Australia, Jeremy. Hello, mate.
Hello. How are you, Jeff? How are you, everyone?
I'm good. Let me just close this down, this close window there. Yep, good to have you here. Now, Jeremy's on today, and he's looking to look at, he uses something called a banker strategy, and he's looking to get something else that perhaps tighter entries, or even a slightly different strategy. Would that be correct, Jeremy?
Absolutely.
Yep. Jeremy, just so we know, how long have you been trading for? I'm going to get some water. Just how long have you been trading for? Can you just tell us?
I haven't been trading that long, and obviously, I'd say if you're putting a time frame on it, I'd say 4 months. 4 months into my trading journey, and yeah, still on a demo account. Just
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah. So what I'll first of all do, you start typically on the 4 hour, and then you drill down. So I've got gold here, typically not the easiest pair to do, but let's have a look at it anyway. So first of all, let's just quickly look at the monthly time frame. Don't always look at that. So we know it's up and down, okay? And let's go to the weekly time frame. I'm not looking at any great detail at the moment. I'm just looking for shapes, not really doing anything, but we know at the moment that there is higher than there. Let's look at that July. Let's look at that July, August. So August and July likes a peak. And typically, if you think of that, it comes up towards Christmas time usually. And then it drops off sometimes the end of the year. I'm trying to think of last Christmas time. Yeah, it came up there and it continued. Yeah. So let me go down to the daily time frame. I'm not taking any much attention at the moment. I'm just looking for the general shape. General shape. Daily time frame. Let's go down to the 8 hour. If you doing, some people can do this on the trading view, some can't. Just click on the middle, press 8 and R, H, and you now got an 8 hour time frame.
Oh, well, okay. No, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. So what I'm looking for at the moment is something called supply and demand zones. Okay. I'm gonna find it two or three different ways. I'm gonna do it related around price. So the bottom's there. So the first thing we notice here, one of the things I work with a lot is something called rejection candles. Now, do you notice an area, without me telling you, an area in there somewhere, there's regular rejections at a price.
There's a couple I see.
Yeah. So let me just draw a line.
Yeah.
A zone.
Yeah, I'd say that's a part there that's been rejected constantly. Rejected.
So that's one of the things I look for. So I look at that there. We notice that even the bottom there, down there, up to there.
And could you almost stretch it out to, well, it's my left on the screen. You got another black candle there as well. That is that also.
That's just possibly. I wouldn't. I'm happy with that. Just purely from a rejection, only rejection. I'm not looking at anything else. You look at another way to look at this is supply and demand. Think of this here. The way you're doing it. Think of there's a shortage of something or something new, a new phone. Price goes shooting up like an iPhone.
Yeah.
Phone gets to a certain price. People say, I'm not prepared to pay that. It comes down. Then they upgrade it and it gets up. They try to pull it down, but people don't. They upgrade it again, give you some stuff free, and it goes up. And at some point, people say, I'm not prepared to pay that. It's just a phone. Or like a car auction. bids get priced up, and if there's too many cars of a kind around the world, then price comes down. It's called supply and demand.
Okay.
So let's look at it from here. Just draw these zones here, right? A little bit of theory. Price comes up here. So we have a down. This is the 8-hour time frame still. A down before we have an up. So in supply and demand, they call this rally, base, rally. So again,
Okay.
rally, base, rally. So which also in here, another time frame, some stuff going on in there. So we just do that for a minute. We'll come back to that. And there's another one there. And we'll look at this later on using a different tool and find out what this gives us. Okay. So another way of looking upon this is consolidation. Okay, these are consolidation.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And price goes up and down. Now, this area here, there's a lot of volume. Let me try this for a minute. Volume. I'm going to do it with the naked eye, and then I'm going to show you ways to help you. Significant amount of volume in that area. It tries to go up, down, up, down, up, down. Significantly consolidation. Let's call it, use the word volume rather than consolidation for just now, okay? We'll change that there for a minute. Spiked up, came down, so it stopped there. So when it stops there, so when you get a supplies at the top, demands at the bottom, so you just go to the top and you come down to something, it depends, some people would use that one there, but you see the last, at the 8-hour time frame, where would you say there was a decision made to pull the price down? Think of this. When was the decision made to pull the price down?
Well, it'd be at that peak.
It came down, then it went back up, and right at that point, it failed. It failed, didn't it? Went up, continued to go up, and it dropped, and it failed. So you could potentially draw a zone around there. You could change these whatever color you like. Okay. And the product colors that would make that red. Make them blue, gray, red, whatever you like. Okay, it's got a big area on the 8-hour, will come down. And then it kept pushing down. So all I really to focus on is just below here and just above here, where price is, to try to get something to work on. So all I've looked at is supply and demand. I'm now going to come down to the 4-hour. Yeah, nothing changed here. Happy with that, happy with that. Got lots of volume, buying and selling. I'll actually type in buying and selling. This will come apart in a minute. That's I'm still rejecting on there. This here, the upper price. Now we know we got gold. Yeah. With some of the indices, it's actually easier than gold because indices typically move in one direction, or they like to. So you're almost seeing steps. Do you see steps there? Yeah. The steps. And you're like, those steps seem quite equal, don't they?
Yeah.
And when I see that, I start thinking, equal. Why don't I get my fib out? But before I do that, I'm going to go down to the 1-hour. Now price seems, we didn't notice it before, but price now, we're in a zone. And now we can tighten up on this potentially. It broke out there, potential of fault. It tried to break out, went back up, broke out, retested, so we could possibly, and then it dropped. So I'm happy with that actually. And then it come off the rejected. So this area, price is either going to break out there, or it's going to keep on doing it and eventually go. Yeah. And it wasn't until I went to the 1 hour that I got that. Just so you know.
Yeah, okay.
Right. But I want to show you something on the 1 hour from here. Normal candles, not using indicators. I'm about to use the fib. Now, on here, I don't have the 71, 78, but it's not what I want to show you here anyway. So just click there and go from the very bottom. I'm then going to go to high. In fact, I'll leave that there for a minute. I'm going to go to high. And as I do that, I'm waiting for it to touch a bottom of something. Okay. And if I don't find one, I keep going up to I get a connection somewhere. So I'm just going to delete that, do that again.
So you're just going from a low to high, yeah?
Yeah. And I'm looking for up, and I'm going up to the, so at the bottom it says 1, and I'm going to where it says 0. And there. And what's that there?
38.
38.2. So then go to the next high. Minute. Just past the rejected the 38.2. I go to the next high. 38.2.
So you're just moving it up to the next high and then just making sure that it enters that 38.
Between the 38.2 and 50, the 50, but it is.
Okay.
And if it goes up there, and let's say if this here wasn't until later, or anything, if anything wasn't later, it's the first one it touches any of these. So I got to the high, and it hits the 38.2. I noticed this about a week ago, and I went, oh my God. I go, no, it was last Thursday. Is it last Thursday? Last Thursday. And I pointed out to one of the ninjas. I'm like, I'm going to set fibs on a 38.2. But then it then came down and it spiked up and I missed it, or so I thought. And then it went up. And guess where it hit?
38, yeah.
And then I got a huge. So we just keep doing this. See what this here, there's nothing underneath this here. There's nothing. There's nothing. So we get another high. And we hit, rejected the 38.2. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
From that high there. So potentially you might notice if something's of an equal step, ask yourself, there's something regularly going on there. Whatever that is, I don't know. But be curious, have an investigative mindset. Think of like a child, oh, how does that work? I never knew it was a 38.2. So we carry on. And then at that point, it breaks the 38.2, but it's still between the 38.2 and there. Now, based on what I've seen so far, since June, it's been an uptrend. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
Now, based on your training about the banker strategy, what does that say to you about the trend? Do you trade with the trend or against the trend?
You trade with the trend.
So we now know it pulls back to the 38.2 mostly, but occasionally just a little bit over it.
Yeah.
So one of the things I do, we know where price is, and it's at this point. We may have just missed this. We may have just missed this, but we're about to enter a point now. We're in consolidation. Yeah, it's a small consolidation.
Yeah.
So far, are you getting something from this?
Yeah.
Now,
I do have a question.
Yep.
I noticed when you zoom out, you did have some imbalance to the left. Do you use that as well as an
Yeah,
indicator?
I do. So let's say, for example, so I changed my candles to black and red, black and blue just over a week ago. It's a huge imbalance here.
Yeah.
Now, some people say for imbalance, it's got to go the full way. Some say it's only got to go 50% of the whole candle, including the wick.
When it's, are you referring to when it's getting filled or?
Yes, when it's getting filled.
Yeah, okay.
So I go from the top of the wick to
Yeah.
the bottom of this wick. So click there, top of the wick. If you can't get it correctly, just a little bit afterwards to the bottom. Oh, I missed a bit there. I'm looking for the 50%. There. Let me just check.
So you're saying that the price technically is possible that it could only go back to that 50?
Yeah. Now, when you're looking
Not the
upon
whole
that, you might say, wow, it's not made it. So we know where price is. So guess what? It might go further, but all I'm going to do, type in is.
Take profit 1.
No, easy on that. All I'm doing is, I'm not doing any judgment at the moment. 50% of fibs of imbalance. Just write myself. I'm just finding that information. I'm not making any judgments of that there. So far, I'm just finding out. I'm trying to do it really slow so we can do this. Right, next thing we're going to look at, go up here, there's an indicator for you called CSA. 5-step quarter points, this one here.
Okay, I've never looked at that one.
Yeah. I want you to write down the word key levels. Key levels. Yep. Let me come back to this here. Do I have it on here? I don't need any of these. I'm not wanting for any of these whatsoever. Don't know why that is even on there. But I want the 8 hour, the weekly, blah, 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 weekly low. Inputs, blah, blah, blah. Done. So what this is giving me is a weekly low. Oh, great. It's at least sometimes it's good to know the weekly low.
What's that doing? Sorry, what is that indicator?
CSA.
Yeah.
Quarter points.
Okay.
It gives me some key levels. It gives me 8 hour highs and lows.
Oh, okay.
Weekly highs and lows and quarter points. Yep.
Okay.
And straight away, without knowing it, my eyes are attracted to this red. You have to set this up so it's that. And I notice a line here. I know I did a zone before, but now I'm thinking, oh, look. My eyes got attracted to that straight line. Next one was underneath there. So if I hadn't noticed the rejection candles.
It's done your steps.
Yes. And we've got here an engulfing candle down, an engulfing candle back up. Yeah. And these ones here have came 50% or slightly more of this imbalanced candle. You see that? So let's just set that there. It's came more than 50%, not a whole, so that's fine. So there. So I'm fine. But I'm looking upon this and I'm thinking, there's that step. Step up, step up, step up. Guess what? Why not another step up? I mean, it's been consistent step ups. Why not give me another one? But so for that to happen, typically it goes up, then it comes down, and it comes down quite a bit. So this is evidence in slow time. Now, I told you 2 IM educators I would recommend for this. One is Ballet Granville.
Yeah, yeah. I
Another
think
one
you
is-
sent me that. I've got the picture.
Yeah, Anastasia. Amazing for different reasons.
Okay.
Whether you can watch the recordings or not. Some people use, one of them uses this, one of them doesn't. It's either here or there, different things, but they're fantastic. So we've got this here. So we're looking for to make a decision. Remember that decision word I mentioned before? So what else is down here? Is there anything down here? Any imbalance down here? Maybe a little bit there.
A little bit there, yeah. So Jeff, with your experience, if you had some imbalance like you just pointed out there, and it's saying that it only gets filled 50%, would you not really take that imbalance into account?
Yeah, it could. Yeah, but just here. So guess what? Knowing that, where would your stop loss go if you wanted it up? Underneath
At your 50%, at your
underneath the 50%.
Yeah, where you just ran that imbalance from.
Yeah.
Maybe just underneath that imbalance.
Just underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one place for it. There's somewhere else you could potentially put it. I'll show you in a minute.
The next step. Just under that next step, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm not looking. Yeah. So I'm looking for this to go up. So for that to go up, potentially it might come down first.
But in saying that, it has touched that step twice already. So
yeah,
you could almost.
It's okay. And it's touched it there.
And that's there. 3 touches.
4. 1, touches. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so don't worry about that. So I'm going to carry on. So CSA quarter points. Just go up here. Just type in CSA quarter points. Top one there, and it's an open source one. You got that? Good.
Yeah, quarter points.
Next thing we're going to look at could be a game changer for you. This does a lot of the work for me. This gives me.
Yeah, I saw that in your last video. I wasn't sure what it was.
So this is volume per session. This is a session. Sessions. So you see there to there, the whole session. So this is called the point of control, or POC, or POC. This is where the most volume was for that all of that time. Yeah. Price started up here in that session, went up and down, come down, and consolidation. Now, there's a reason why I said this.
Sorry, just a quick question. Is your volume set to a certain time frame as well?
No, it's automatic.
Okay.
Yep. It's just this. Now I want to go up to 4 hours for a minute. I want to go up to here. Do you remember remember I said buying and selling volume? Remember I said that word? I was very specific. Volume. I'm going to go to this area. Now, what these tell you, it doesn't come out of the box like this, but you change it, the colors. But anytime you see a spike, a major spike, right, all I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a little line. Did you see that's a spike there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just there. I'm just going to draw a little spike, maybe there. And another one there.
And sorry, Jeff, what's making you go those spikes and not the other spikes?
Okay. The more volume, the more buying and selling will go on. Because here, there's hardly anybody, there's no volume in the market. This here is the most volume in that whole session, right there.
Okay.
And I'm choosing this one because I highlighted the word volume before. So this point, it's more volume and that's got hardly any. And look, it was a wick, went up and straight down. Yep. So all of that is highlighted there, there, there. And here there's very little. Think of the words mountains and valleys. When you're running up a mountain or walking, it's very hard. Or let's think of a plain. I don't know what you see in Australia. Think of the plains or the mountains or the hills. Yeah. You walk up the hills, it's tough. But when it's flat, it's a lot easier. Yes? Now look, what happens between there and there? How much volume? Is there less volume there? Or less volume?
Okay, gotcha. No, less volume.
Now let's look here, look. Boom.
Okay.
Straight down. And where did it stop? Hello. Boom.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying where there's
spikes,
less volume.
That's when you get the bigger candles.
Yeah. Okay.
That's where the banks are. It's easier because there's not a fight between buyers and sellers. Banks see that going up and they go, there's no buyer sell limit orders here. So it goes up nice and easy. Then it says, I'm going to manipulate that coming down. Boom, and down it goes. So I've marked 1, 2, 3, 4 areas. That was already. So I'm just going to come along and look at price, how it keeps touching that price there. It keeps doing it. Look. There, rejection, rejection. Goes up here, finds another point of control. So it's the next session. Yeah, there, hits that one there, which was previous. I call this true support and resistance based on volume. And we'll compare this to traditional support and resistance.
Okay. And
there's also support and resistance up here as well, but now we know it's rejection candle, but there's no volume. So let's keep coming along. Oh, sorry, I might do that wrong there. So rejected off there. Now, what you'll notice, we're coming to this, you can use this for an entry. Comes down, up, down, spiked down, and it went back up again because of the volume. There's a huge war. What you're looking for is one of these. So look left, look for a clearance or a valley, or some call it a vacuum, a void.
Yep.
There's nothing there. There's nothing there. So look here. It's straight. It's straight. There's the valley and it starts coming down again. Now it's hit another one and it hits back up because it's easy. Look, it's easy. It's easy. And then at this point, which I previously marked out back here, I previously marked that out back there. We have another one. And look at that. It rejected it. It went above it, rejected it, and it came back to it. And down, hit this here. And look at that, where we are right now. At the exact same bit. Oh, I'll do that there. So what, Jeff, you may say, so what? That's what I'm thinking. So what? Up, down. Keeps going between these. I did that right at the start back there. I did that one, that one, that one. So what? We're looking for a breakout. We're looking to break out of this consolidation. Finally we got one. It broke out. Now what happened? It tested it. The final battle was there. Now think of your stop loss. I want you to imagine you were thinking it's a sell. If you had a stop loss, put it the other side of this here. This is always a battle. Think of that running up the hill. It's hard to fight a battle when you're at the top of the hill. So have your stop loss on the side. But if you did it this time, it took you out. So there we go. make a decision, bypass that, that's when you would enter. That's what I would enter. Some people would potentially enter down here or just after this POC.
You get a bit of drawdown.
No, today, the last couple of trades I've entered just after, not the next candle. But I don't like this. At this point, you can't really see that coming because we're at price because it's not went up yet. So if you look left, there's still a bit of battling to go. But up here, if you think of this here, there's nothing above here, is there? Look left. So it might be better to enter at that point. When it gets beyond that there, then it just goes there. Why? So again, we've fought the battle. I'm looking left the whole time. We know it's easy. There's a vacuum, there's a void. And look at this, it just jumps. And if you'd get in at that point there, $1,551 pips.
But that's over how long? That's
not long. That's the beauty of it. So let me see this here. From that point there, we'll do it from that point there, when it's easy, the vacuum.
So it'd be like a two-hour trade, isn't it?
The 3H, you see 3H?
Oh, yeah, 3 hour, yeah.
Let me do it now. I'll pull this down just to be a bit more exact. Would it be okay for you to be around for 3 hours? Or I'm just doing that for the height. Yeah, 3 hours. I'm just looking at the number of pips. 3 hours in total. It depends on the time of the day. Now let me change the time zone to fit yours. Time zone is really important for trading gold or indices, just so you know. You are
go down. I think it's down Brisbane.
I'll be around about here.
Yeah, Brisbane. Yeah,
right. So now let's look at this from your point of view. Are you getting any? Is this good so far? So right,
it's there. Very good, but I feel like I would just need to get some practice, big time.
Well, so all of that is supply and demand, above and below. Look for imbalance. Nothing you're not doing already.
Yeah. It's probably just I think what throws you is just when you see new indicators. You know what I mean? I think it throws you off a bit.
Right. Well, I'll get you to do the next one for me. All I want to look for is the spikes, the hills. I'm going to go along and you tell me when to enter the trade.
Or where to draw your line.
Yeah, and then when to enter the trade. You could use the matrix with it as a bit of help, but let's say, so where we are here.
I was going to say to you, do you ever just like say where you were saying before, where you entered the trade, would you use the matrix there?
Oh, the other thing I do, sorry, I've started for entries coming down to the 15-minute as well. I apologize. That's the other thing. I don't know where I am. I'm up here somewhere, haven't I? That's the other thing I've done recently. I was really against it. That was us there. Yeah. So there's the war. The war finished. The other side, it came down, and you're expecting this, because you can see left. There's nothing left. See that? There's nothing. So we could enter maybe that's it's coming down. You could enter there or even here. And from that point, yeah, all the way. And it's pretty easy to get us to there. It's got the momentum. I sometimes use one indicator, what I call the demon. It's a specialist DMI, specialist one. But okay, so what did I do? I'm in a consolidation zone. I marked off the spikes. Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, and then saying when's it going to break out, because it consolidates more than anything. You're looking for these, but we're expecting it to go up because price with gold recently has been going up. Where are we here? Let's try and find another one. Okay, let's try and find one. Can you help me with this one here?
What are we trying to find, sorry, Jeff?
An entry point. So I'm just, at this moment in time, I just want you to get used to doing this. Is it okay if I do one there?
Yeah, that's a high point. You're saying high points?
One down there. Although, oh, by the way, the grey area is called fair value. That's what the better value is. So that's why there's more buyers and sellers. The 70% of buying and selling going on in this area here. 70% of buying and sellers going on in this zone here. So if you want, I could even draw a zone there, and I could even draw a zone there. The 70% of buying and selling going in that space.
Is that because it's, once again, you're saying volume? It's got the most volume.
Yeah, and it's set. This is set for 70% in the settings, just so you know. There.
Value area. So that's going to show you it's 70% is always going to be the biggest amount.
Yeah, the grey area. Yeah.
Okay.
Some people have different colors and different things.
So is that just really just pointing out your areas of consolidation? Is that what it's doing?
No, it's actually telling you, you may have used to volume at the bottom, because that's not consolidating.
No.
Oh, what that's doing is, what the whole thing is telling you, when expect it's going to be an easy ride, it's going to be an easy drive based on the past. Usually, that one there, once it gets momentum, it just keeps going. Then there's also banks that manipulate things as well, as you know. So yeah, this area here is a bit of consolidation, absolutely. But I wouldn't use the word consolidation, actually. If you think of the word volume, it works. Yeah. It's massive volume. And if you do it based on the time of the day, it makes a big difference as well. For me, most volume in the market, UK time, 8, 9, or US, for me, 2 or 3, which is the US market's open. For you, whatever that is. But we're actually going to do something here just for you, actually. So we just see the big spikes in the market. What time is that? 22:30. It's a big spike. That's fine. There's more spikes. What time there? So 22:30. Again, let's go back. Big spikes. 22:15. 23. So round about that time of the day.
So always late, basically late. Is it later? Is this 24 hour?
Yeah, this is 24. This is your time. So 10 in the UK, 10 o'clock, late at night. The markets go crazy, high margins for the broker. But this time for you, is there a 9-hour difference? I'm trying to think what time this might be. I'm now confused with the time zones, actually. That's New York. These are New York times, New York opens. So for gold and indices, that's the busiest time for you. That's when you'll make your money. At that time of night.
Okay.
Again and again and again. Well, that's interesting. So all that, yep. You see there again. So coming back, so that's volume like this, but we're actually interested in volume based on price. We want to know, this is a great tool because it gives you so much, rather than saying, I'll explain. I showed you how I would enter that trade before. We're going to do it again with another one. Let me try and get to one we've not been to yet. That was the last one. Okay, I've drawn a spike. I'll actually do another spike there. Another spike there. Another spike there. There. So I'm almost done. So I'm going to use, this is price as it is now. Okay. And then it moves slightly. So I'm going to use these, you could call these support and resistance, you want to call them whatever, but they just, it's price as we see it. It goes up, hits that high, rejects it there, rejects that price. Might say, right, Jeff, what way we go, and we don't know. So for me,
so if see how you got that big like black candle, right? Go back. No, forward. So go forward. It's just no, like where it drops, where you got the peaks, the two peaks up. If you go in the opposite direction,
left or right?
Right. So if you go right, go all the way right. See how you got those two big black candles? Those two?
Yes.
Yeah, right there. So if they weren't there, right? If they weren't there, because obviously we can see it now because it's happened. But if they weren't there, what do you use? Like, well, how are you sort of like, would you get in on that on those two black candles there or not?
Potentially, if that was my direction I chose. If that, it depends on what I wanted. Time of the day. Trying to think what it is here. We're 9 hours behind you. Probably not. That's 20. No, I wouldn't have been in that. But it's an interesting time to look at, actually. 8 and 9. What's that? 7. It's 11 a.m. No, I wouldn't have been in that. Based on the time. Based on the time, I wouldn't be in that. But let's say if I would be. It depends on what I wanted to do. If I was expecting a sell, what would? No, I wouldn't be in that. I'd be waiting for this. I like to get a buy or sell on that.
What was the trend again? I totally forgot. What trend are we in again? It was
it's going, it's an uptrend. It's an uptrend. But I have pullbacks 38.2. Remember that? If you know that in advance, you've got a bit of a head start. So why not just let the pullback happen and go up?
And then go, yeah, okay.
So I personally do like to trade. If I was coming down, I would trade the other side of that. I would look left, and I would say, right, it's going to be easier here, but it's just bouncing. It's not really doing anything. I'm looking left to see if it breaks through there. I see it. I potentially be in that trade there. Now, that might not seem like a lot, but from there to there, it's 300 pips.
Still a lot of pips.
That's why I love it. And the time frame is nothing. The time frame, nothing. And I'm using this for tight entries because I use this all the time. I'm always waiting for a full candle. I wouldn't enter based on a rejection, or if I want it to go up, or wait for candle to go up, come back. I'm looking for a candle to be above it, then come back down to test, and then back again. So let's say I'm looking for the buy. Typically, I don't go up in there. I've got to be honest. Typically, although I could look left, but that might be interesting. Look at this. Just notice something there. Rejection candles here. Goes up, that could be a good entry.
Yeah.
The other thing is, as I'm showing you this, I'm finding area, I'm learning myself because I'm actually analysing it in more detail based on your questions. Based on that now, I would look bad. Yes, because we're at the bottom. There's nothing left.
Yeah.
There's nothing left. Sorry.
Can you put your fibs on that one that we're saying you would enter?
Where are we here? From where to where?
Top
to the bottom.
To try and see if it hits your 38.
From that, you have to take it from the low to the high. No, that's in a point, but nearly 100 actually. Because
Yeah.
of course it's just come straight down to the zone. It's just that it retraced back to where it came from. It rejected that price. Chance that it's going to reject it again. There's no volume there. Look, no volume there. It just went straight through it. So let's enter the trade. Let's measure from there to there based on, let's say I get in there rather than there. The time for that is 2 hours 45 minutes, and that's 800 pips.
Man.
All I'm using is called the volume profile. I'm using the mountains. You want to call it a mountain?
Yeah, I'm still a little bit confused about the mountain. So like the way I see it is that I don't know, you were saying not to use support and resistance, but is it basically just using support and resistance?
You might want,
and then
you want
waiting,
to.
and then waiting for
I don't like
and then
using
waiting
that
for a
word.
breakout.
It's a breakout where it bypasses the mountain, where there's lots of buying and selling going on at that price. There's lots of buying and selling going on at that price. And I want to wait for it to break through the buying and selling. I want it to prove to me it's got enough momentum to break through. It has to prove to me. So I'm doing this to, at this point, I don't know what's going to happen. So show me there's something there to get to the other side of this. Show me there's something there. And there was, rejected once, twice, 3 times. And every one is 15 minutes. 4 times, actually. These ones didn't prove to me anything. Long candle.
And so you would wait for that. You would wait for that one big candle.
Yeah, you might even want to get into there. Yeah, if you didn't want to get in there. Or you could use your ninja. Or there's lots of opportunities. If you want to use your ninja Kata, wherever it is, switch on Heikin-Ashi candles. Let me get the there. Switch on Heikin-Ashi candles. What's the problem with it? If you do this, you lose it.
Yeah, it gets a bit confusing, doesn't it?
Oh, where the fuck is it? Oh, it's there. Sorry. And it gets the indicator gets the next 2 candles later. That's okay.
Yeah, well, it's still it's 800 pips.
We've did our analysis. Analysis true. It's broken through. It showed me. It's proved to me so that it's got what it takes to break through. Whatever sport you do in Australia, what's your favourite sport in Australia?
Oh, I'm a mad. I call it football. They call it soccer here, but I call it football. I'm a mad football man.
As in round balls?
Yeah, round balls.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just say, for example, let me see you've got what it in you to go down that wing and cross it over. Prove to me you can do it, and then I'll put you on the team. So this has got to prove to me it's got the momentum to break through there. But the reason I believe it may is because with rejection candles here, there's nothing else left. There's nothing here. There's nothing. So I wanted to get beyond this here. It's done it to me. It's proved it into the trade. At this the point you've got to be careful. Why? Because all these mountains. Because previously it was lots of wiki, but on. Let me see, go to normal candles. Back again. There. It did okay. It ploughed straight through. Had a little bit of a test there. Had a tiny test there. And then carried on. These are only 15 minutes though. Just carried on. Now, you can see it's coming down now. So what we'll do is, I'll take you back in time to an area you don't know what's coming next. We'll switch everything off. And we're looking for round about 10:45 is that, but we'll just keep going. So just keep about, and you tell me when to stop. Okay, go.
What are we looking for? 10:45.
Just tell me when. Forget that. Just tell me when to stop whenever you like.
Okay, stop there. Yep.
Yeah. Hopefully it shows me for this. Maybe it's not going to work because it's too far back. Didn't like that. Too far back for it. I'm trying to do it so it's an unbiased point of view.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can see it working without me saying, oh, there we go, something working there. Switch this off. We now know from here. So I'll do that so you can't see when it's going well. Okay, I'll just do that, and you tell me when to stop.
Yeah, just there anyway. Yep.
Get there?
Oh, yep.
So what I'll do is at that point there, I'll do that so you can't see it. Okay, I can't see what's next.
Yeah.
But I think that's the price we've just been at, to be honest. Yeah, it's the price we've been at.
Oh, maybe just try it on a different pair. Just try a new whole different pair.
US 30. That's my setup. Yeah. Look, here's my setup.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the one that's the video you did that I saw yesterday.
Here's so what we'll do is I'll go back. I'll just
and it seemed like this video you done yesterday was a little bit more simple. I don't know why. It just seemed a bit more simple than what we went through.
Right. I'll do it with this. I'll delete everything. 4 hour time frame, no indicators.
I like simple, Jeff. I think I prefer simple.
Look at this.
I'm a simple guy.
You'll notice this a lot.
Yeah.
With US 30. These are called railroads. Down and back up. Down and back up.
Yeah.
Down and back up. Quite spikes the other way.
Yep.
Now, I've not used fibs with these, but let's have a look. Let's have a look from here. Let's do it on the 1 hour.
So it looks like when you've got those big peaks, it's like almost like an instant reversal. Or
exactly. German 30 works the exact same. So I've not done this for this. Think of yourself as an inquisitive child. You don't know how you want to find out some tricks. So get your fib, find the high. Nothing's came down. We might get another one in here. Nothing. I get a bit of juice there. It was a rejection at a major point. It was a 50.
Yeah.
Yeah. Went back up, but you could say it came down at 50.
Well, it's entered the 50 zone twice.
Yeah. 50 there and 50 zone. I'm like, okay, let's go up. There's nothing here. I'm always looking after. So that was the lowest low. It's coming back up. I just keep bringing this. We now have but it rejected. But at that point, you can't really test it on something. So with this, what I'm noticing is we might have to find something in here. Might have to a 22 or something. Or 23, 20, let's do 22. Let's just change that for just now. So let's do this again. Because I'm a naughty child, I have to find out how it works. Yep. And just by doing this, you'll actually find an area. It seems to be an area of consistency. And now it looks like potentially going the opposite way. So from there to there, I had 38.2 there. Now you can actually set, let me think. I was about to say something. I wonder. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah, there's another way of doing this without fibs, using EMAs actually, but that's something else. So we've got that. So based on what we see here, what's the trend direction?
Uptrend.
Exactly. So, but before there's an up, there's always a pullback. We've just had a pullback, an up, and even in the pullbacks, the small pullback. So I'd probably wait for a small pullback before going up. Are you with me so far?
Yep.
Yeah. So the bias,
uptrend, small pullback. Yeah.
The bias, as I say, equals uptrend. Nothing new, but that's just how I do it up there. So
this is the starting point.
Yeah, so but we've done that. We've played about with it, had a bit of fun. Couldn't really find anything for the fibs, but we might yet. So 4 hour. Let me do the 8 hour again, just to have a look at this. So you don't see me doing things like this, like I used to do, like that. I go, oh, is it going to break through there? And like a lot of people, I used to do all that. The way I'm showing you now, this bit is supply and demand, and then add the volume into it as well. So easy for this, quite simple. Normal candles, 8 hours. Let's just get some highs. Let's see what we see there.
So sorry, Jeff, what are you doing here now? You're just marking out the...
Yeah, just marking that top candle from the very high. But or I could just do this, CSA. This does most of it for me. If I want to shortcut it, it does a lot for you. But I personally like drawing that zone.
Yeah, but that one, I don't know. It seems like a lot going on with that with that indicator.
But my eyes are attracted to this. You know, my eyes are attracted to this zone here. Yep. And also this area here. Why? Rejection, top, top, rejection, rejection, there, rejection.
Yep. And the reason is because we're in the uptrend, you want to get that pullback before you go up. So you're looking at the rejections.
So let's think of this, right? Would you prefer to buy it there? I mean, this pips, or do you prefer to buy it there with zero drawdown and get there? And that's so the panic, the fear is gone.
Okay. Okay. So we got that.
And if it keeps and if it keeps going, guess what? You missed it. So what? You missed it.
And so and with this, obviously, say for example, you put the trade on and you're risking 1%, you would just wait for the next one.
Yep.
If it stops you out, you've lost 1%, but then you're going to gain, say, X amount of pips.
Yeah, with the indices and gold, you get a lot.
Yeah,
and I don't even
really
do.
matter if you lose
I don't do 1% on these. I've got to be honest. You don't need to.
What do you? Oh, you actually don't put a stop loss in.
No, you never. That was a different question. A stop loss, I have if I'm sleeping overnight, I absolutely put a stop loss in.
Yeah, yeah.
If I'm being a sniper, when I've got maybe half an hour to an hour watching it, I'll put a stop loss in, but
yeah, well, I mean, you wouldn't really, if you're watching it, you really wouldn't need it, would you?
If I'm going to make a cup of tea, I put a stop loss in. You know why? Oh, they can move that fast.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
Going to the toilet, put a stop loss in.
Yeah, okay. All right, so yeah, so you
Someone's in
would
front of you. Right. So I'm looking at that, or even this area here.
Yeah.
So what you could do,
so you mark it up, you go on the high time frame, mark it up.
there.
Get all your
I'm more confident. I'm more confident there.
Yeah.
Right, coming into the 4 hour, just like I did before. Look, I've got another one here. It just magically appeared. I wasn't there before. We have an up. So that there is, yeah, and it rejected it there. Okay. But I'm looking for the pullback. I like here. I do like here. It's been consistent. I'm not had a bit up here. So sometimes have a zone. No, I like here. Okay, let me check one more. I do this, right? And then what I do, so here, here. Yeah,
you got another one, sort of another zone
there.
appearing.
So what I do is I do this. Depends on which way I want to do it. I want it to go there and go back up. So I'm just highlighting this. That means it might reject there. It might reject there.
Okay.
Why that way? Because it's that way. If it's the other way, I would do it the other. Yeah, it's just my way. So done that there. Next step, normal candles. Let's go back to the 4 hour. Let's click on imbalance. Have some imbalance here. Yeah. Oh, we've also got this here as well, though.
How come it's showing imbalance on that? Which one's the imbalance, the yellow or the orange?
It's both. That's it coming down.
How come it's showing imbalance on that left side if it's already been filled?
It has been. The indicator doesn't do it. So all you then have to do is from there to there.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Yeah, I got you. No, I just didn't know that. So it doesn't show it if it's been filled.
You can change the colors to whatever you like. Yeah, so we know, okay, it's got to do that. But then based on pullback, get our fibs, top to bottom, 50%. Might come down further, we don't know. All we're looking for is other reversal points, because 50% of imbalance. It's actually all about the entry. It's all about the entry.
So sorry, Jeff, can you just show me how you set up your fibs just one more time, just on that, to get that 50% imbalance?
So I go to the top. I'm looking for the 50. Right, let me just forget that there. That 80 you'd probably have a 71 and a 78. Right, so I've got 61.8, 50, 32, and I added that earlier on. So that I'm actually going to change that back to, that's for something else. One, that's for something else as well. Are you there, mate? Hello? Hello? I'll carry on. So for the recording, all I'm looking for is entry points. Yeah. So what I'm suggesting is, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm suggesting, price to come down and then back up. Back up. Yep. Yep. So what we'll do for that there, we'll measure price range. We'll clone it. We'll draw a line. Let's test this. So it's the exact same. That's interesting. Chat stop. Um, Hi there, Jeremy.
Hey mate, sorry about that.
It's okay. Someone else might be joining us. One of the ninja educators, just so you know. He's asked, and I'm like, oh, don't know. But anyway,
Just trying to get. No, that's all right.
can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see a screen. Yep.
There was an alert go off. Let's have, since we're here, let's have a little look. EUR GPY. What was this for? Ninja Matrix down. That was on a 15-minute. But even without that, guess what's due to happen? You can see just by looking at that there, come down and up. A lot of these pairs just go up and down, M's and W's. So let's very quickly. I'll just leave it there. And I've got mine now going on every minute it repeats, so I'll have to switch this off. So what I do in mine, I do mine on the matrix on the normal candles, I then put the Ninja on Heikinashi. So I'm getting to get one, okay, then get the other.
Okay.
And I just forget the trade and see what happened. So back to this. Okay, I was actually working on something else here to show you.
No, yeah, I want to see more about these US 30 and gold and.
Yeah. Where were we? Yeah, I was doing something else. Right. So what I did there was, I think I actually more likely to come down to here, actually, to be honest. What we'll see. So I've got come back to there, come back to there, or come back to there. I don't know. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then where? Well, there's nothing else you could do. There's nothing up here for, there is a long while. I maybe probably have to go into the week. The last time price was 36 for the month. Last time price was there was, well, a long time ago. So options. Okay. So let's look left, and I want to show you different ways of looking at this. I'm going to look for the pullbacks. I'm going to use the pullbacks on purpose. Right, so that's where we are. It's pull back, a major pull up, looking for a smaller pullback before going off.
Okay.
Whatever size it is.
So basically, you're gonna just wait. You're basically gonna wait to see what level your pullback goes to.
Yeah. Remember,
then,
I've got my volume. That's still, I've still got something else up my tree I've not spoke about yet. My volume tell me there's something here. But we know it's got to go to here. It doesn't necessarily have to go here. I would say either here or here, based on that there. I'm keeping that on my sleeve for just now. We've done the volume, we've done the imbalance.
Yep.
Yeah, so I can switch that off. Don't like being too busy. So are you okay with that summary?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. So I want to take you back to something else now. Take something right. There's one there. So at a major pull down, I went up like we're at now, and I pulled back down again. We're looking for something similar. Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're looking. I had a pull down, went up. I'm looking for something. We don't know how far. So I'm going to show you this. Something over here called price range. Click it once from the top to bottom. Right click, clone. Drag it above. Draw a line at the top. Take profit. We don't have anything else. Wow, that's a long one. Wow, look at that. Can't make that stuff up. Hey, that'd be nice, eh?
Yeah.
So now we've done that, you can see I started doing it before. When you were away, I was recording this. So I took that there, come down, I cloned it, and I did it again. You can see I did that there. I cloned it. And I just put that on top. And it hit it there. I'd be happy with that. So basically what you're telling yourself is, if it can pull back 1,000 pips, why not give you 1,000 pips?
Okay.
Because price is going to go up anyway, because that's the bias. That's what we're looking for. I might not, but that's what we're looking for. So let's look at another one.
So is that clone tool, that clone tool, are you just trying to get an idea of how far
I'm looking for a take profit. Because we're at an area now it's never been before. You could use like a 1.318 whatever.
So how does the clone tool give you that indication? I don't understand.
Okay, I've drawn this price range. Okay,
yeah.
I right click, clone, I drag it to there.
So,
and all I'm doing is, from experience, you see price will hit there. It was slightly short. It was slightly short. Yeah, it was slightly short before the next pullback. So
is it just like, is it just predicting from a past drop? Similar.
Yeah. So I'll keep doing it again. So I was quite close. It was a little bit out, but I'd be happy with that. So rather, let's see the number of pips you got. If you did get that right. So you accepted it there. So I'm actually a bit lost now. So give me a minute. Did it there. Enter there. And from that, we're expecting 2,000 pips.
Is that because it's just based on what it was previously?
Yeah, and then we're putting on top because it's an upward trend.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
And we're at the pullback. So I'll keep doing. I'll do another one. Well, there's one there. Let's not do the stupid one down there. So we're up there. Hello, pullback. Right click. Clone. If it's trending up and down like this, it's not going to work. Again, it wasn't exact, but it did okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, look at that! Right to the pip there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you could even if you're on the
look at that there, 1,471 pips.
Yeah, that's a lot of pips.
But even if you just take it from the base to there,
like you could just go
1,000 pips. And there's no major pullbacks, really, is there?
No.
There's a rally, base, rally. Remember that phrase? Rally, base. If it's the opposite way down, if it's the opposite way, I'll get one the opposite way for you. It's called down, base, down. Here's another one. It's not a good one, but I think it was right at the high. But I'll do that anyway. I don't think this one's going to work pretty good, actually, but let's check. So basically, I'm looking to the end of the up before it changes.
Yeah.
And if you get it right, you know what you're going to get. Draw a line.
You're going to get something hitting it eventually.
Wow. To the pip. Not halfway through, to the pip. But that was a long time, though. But
yeah.
I would have probably
in the trade for that long.
I would have probably exited maybe there or there. I've got to be honest. Because the pips you get are huge with gold and things like that. Some 145 pips. It's a game changer. But you need your stop loss. You've got to get it's all about the entry. If you get the entry right, what you get is just next level. So here, so stop that there. Now let's get there. Where is it here? Oh. Anyway,
So
we're off track a little bit.
This type of trading, the trainers that you sent me on IM
Yeah.
Academy, they do this.
You want in there, and yes and no. If you look at the favorites, they do that. But if you look at this and this, yes, they do that with one educator, and another educator does this.
Yeah.
One of them
okay,
using
okay.
supply demands.
So
One of them only uses this. Only uses that. Nothing else. But they're both doing the same thing. Actually,
You just sort of mixed them. You just sort of mixed and matched.
Because I like this. It gives me something to hold on to. Yep. So we've got here. We're potentially going to get a pullback to here. I think. I'm going to be now thinking of.
Yeah, and those pullbacks are just based on your previous touches of what do you call it? Support.
Based on previous, I was struggling to find out what you mean by that.
So yeah, see how you've got 1, 2, 3.
Oh, there was three areas. That's
Yeah.
based on imbalance, and these two here are based on supply and demand.
Yeah. I think we're confusing each other because I say support and resistance, but you say supply and demand. That's
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like using the word support resistance actually.
I know, but it gets drummed into you so much.
Okay.
And then it's
so,
like,
yeah. So we've got that area there.
Yeah.
If it does go down to there, wow, you wouldn't be too disappointed with that, would you?
No, I think I would. I think I would just trade once a year then.
Now, where would you put your stop loss? Initially, look upon this.
I would go. Yeah, I would go. Keep going up. If you really want it to be really tight, right there. Just no. Go back down. Go back down. Go back down. Just under that. Just under that level.
So you're saying there, right? I would say there.
No, past the wicks. Past the wicks. I was going to say.
There.
Past the wicks. Yeah.
Like similar to mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you're getting that many pips, and you can tighten it up later anyway.
Yeah. Now, or you can even do it there. Next thing, it's all about the entries. If you get the entry and you watch it, is this. We'll add some.
So are you actually gonna enter this one, Jeff? Are you gonna go do it?
Well, it's got a long way to drop.
Yeah.
That will happen tomorrow.
No, but what I'm saying is, okay, so what if if it entered your first level there, you're saying you wouldn't enter it. You're gonna wait for that full 50%.
No, I don't know. For me, it depends on the time of the day it hits. Because for me, 3 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock. For you, 10:30. Is that right? So for me, I'm trying to think of the 10:30 for you, 10:45. It depends on where it's at. At 10:30 your time, wherever that is, I'm expecting to motor.
Okay, so you only trade that one time.
No, I also trade it UK Open as well. London Open.
Okay, so with this, with your strategy,
more volume. There's more volume in the New York session for indices. This is a US 30. It's XAUUSD. So US dollar gold and the United States top 30 companies. So New York Open for indices, the majority of volume. So you can do it for London Open and you do it for New York Open. So I'm going to go over the same grounds again. So if you look at Brisbane time, based on volume, that tells you when to trade this. So is it only then? Typically, yes. Because that's when you get the spikes. So from there, the last one was between, that was interesting, 8 o'clock at night. Normally they've been about 10. Have I changed time zones? Ah, sorry, I'm UK
yeah,
time.
you're on mine, I think.
This is for you, so I'm doing it for you.
Brisbane, just down there, yep.
Apologize about that. So I'm thinking of you. So there you go, as I said. Yeah, so at that time of the day, there's lots of movement. It may not go the way you want like this before it shoots up. So there was a question you want to ask. Please ask it, and then I'll go to the next thing here. You said it's only those times. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll quickly flick on these. I'm just checking different things. We're at the high. There's a low there. So that's giving me another major area of checking right there. It's giving me another key. Yep, key prices. So again, I'm glad I did that because it's telling me to be careful there. Rejection, 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 rejection at that price. So, and then that's exactly where I put as a potential.
Yeah.
So if it's going to be there or there, whatever happens, I'll just move this up, my take profit. And the next one is this here. Now I'll remove these here. So is there, okay. So if it's going to be, let's say it's going to be here, and let's say it's going to be here. We'll look at that from a few different points of view. If it's going to be here, I don't think it'll be there. But we'll have a couple of rejections there. I think it'll be a deeper one than that. There's a lot going on there, isn't there? But we do know it's also got to come to this area here.
Yeah, imbalance.
Yeah, it might actually do something like this, come down, up, come back down and go up, actually. But I think that might be worth noting. Where is it? There. Just do it like a diagonal, then just do that. It's easier on the eye. So I'm going to tell myself it's got to come down to that area there, which covers that, potentially a bit lower. So I've got that covered with my eye. That and it's a waiting game. It really is a waiting game. And round about those key times with New York open and London open, just find out where I might not go straight away. Like today was really slow for gold and the US 30, really slow. Actually, can certainly think about my time. Let me go back to UK, London for a minute. It's ridiculously slow. There was no spikes at all. It did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing like this at all. Which will we like? This is where we make the money. And the other thing as well, you have to watch the news. For high impact news, don't be scared of the news. Do not be scared of the news. But if they wait for the news to go and then just watch and don't go.
See, I don't at the moment. I don't watch any news or anything like that. But I've noticed everyone looks at that FS book thing or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of people. You just go to my FX book. The one I do,
okay.
there's two, Forex Factory or My FX Book.
Forex Factory, My FX, okay.
Yeah, I use this one here. I sign in. What happened there? Normally, once I sign in, I have mine set to only high impact news, because that's your opportunity to make money. High impact news. See what that says there? No. Like now, US news, if you think of the US 30, think of gold, 1:30 my time tomorrow. So that's 9 hours.
Yep.
You're ahead. So 10:30 tomorrow, boom. When you go home from work, today. Yeah. I have mine only high impact. There's dates, there's time. When you do this, sign in, you can change different things. That'll come automatically in Brisbane time zone.
Yeah, I was going to say, so you set yours, so it automatically changes the
if I go to Brisbane, it finds me. Yeah, and you have to set it to major currencies. You have to untick things and only put high impact.
Okay.
I got this from one of those educators.
And so, but I mean, high impact could mean that it could go down or it could go up.
That's correct. So we wait for the news to happen. But we're expecting the bias is up. We want it to pull back as deep as it can go before we go there.
Okay.
So let's just look at we'll look at it further back. So either here or here. I have a funny feeling it might come here, up, come back for it. I really do. But I've set this up anyway. There. So I'm looking upon this. So let's say it did come down here and I saw a reversal. Well, you know, I always draw a line across there. I always draw a line across there. Yeah, just to keep me right. Yeah, I would do that. And if I saw it coming down, testing above it, I'd wait for a small pullback, and then I would look for a bit of momentum. And if I see the momentum, and it needs to, for me, it has to close on the opposite side of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like another candle pushing up.
Yeah, to say it's going in a buy.
Prove to me. Tell it. Prove to me you're going in that direction. If you stick with that, prove it to me. Prove me you're good enough to play on the wing. My team's Glasgow Rangers, and you had two Australians used to play for us, actually.
Glasgow Rangers, yeah, I know the Glasgow.
We had
it was always Celtic. It was always Celtic versus the Rangers.
Yeah, there's always a paper.
Is it still that same like dominance?
Yeah, Celtic dominated for years because the Rangers had some financial problems, and now they won last year. But look at this. If we look at this here, still got a little bit of imbalance up here as well, but I don't think we'll get that. So let's look at this. So let's go back a bit. Let's stick with this currency. I'm trying to find one.
I'm going to stick to the US 30 to play around with it.
Right. Let's look at this here. Wrong time zone, but this is good because it shows you what could potentially happen. I said, prove to me.
Yep.
Right, 1 hour time. But the other thing you can do, you can get in the 15 minutes with these. You could use the 15-minute with this one. But this might. I'll go down to the 15-minute, but I know I'm going to have to. Because that's what. Just trade the way you're trading as much as possible. Okay. My volume is not working this far back on a 15-minute.
Yeah.
But we know it breaks up, it retests. So I'll do a pretend volume. Because I know I actually did hit it. So let's just say I said, prove it to me. And it proved it and it broke through. I would be into that trade, but I'm also aware of this up here. I'm telling myself, Jeff, you've got this supply area here, and it's not too far. And you've got this one here. Do you really want to get into that there? Well, 81 pips, actually. So when you see that, 81 pips
is still not bad.
When you look at it, it looks nothing, and then you... I wouldn't be disappointed. I wouldn't be too disappointed. But then it comes back to it goes down, and it retests, and you're slightly in drawdown, and then there's the real move in the morning. Oh, sorry, I changed time. Apologize. Time zone. 1 in the morning. You wouldn't be awake then.
No, not at 1 in the morning. I might be if my son wakes me up for a bottle.
There's no point looking at that at 1 in the morning. Let's be real about it. You know what I mean? Because theory's great when it comes to this, but nah, there's no point. Stick to time zones. I believe there. High impact. But you might be awake at 10:30 at night, something like that. 11:30.
Yeah, well, at the moment, I'm doing like 9:30 or 8:30 at night till about 10:30 at night trading.
Okay, so just after 10:30, 11. So we've got, well, it's actually 11. We've got this.
It's pushing it. I try to be in bed by 11 the latest.
Okay, we're going to have to find something. So let's look at this volume here. We cannot see that, right? This is before. Let's look at that there. This looks weird. It's changed. I'm going to change the settings on this. No. Something not right. Okay, that's better. Because I'm looking for these here. So just do this. Don't have to be an expert. Where's the high bits? Why am I doing this? Like, oh, it keeps you right. Because I'm doing it based on that. So here we go. Normal candles, bar replay. I've got these zones drawn in. Come on, prove to me. Prove to me. Retest. Oh, come on. Prove to me. Prove to me. The next zone is retest. So at this point here, I'm thinking, give me a spike because, there you go. Away you go.
And so that was according to the time, wasn't it? That blue line.
But the problem is it was a bit later in the night for you.
Yeah.
But I kept saying, in between there, there's quite a bit there. There's quite a bit between there and there. 53 pips. But I'm trying to show you what happened if it didn't, using my words, prove to be. You might even want to do it in the 5 minute for a potentially less of a
wait.
Bar replay. So I apologize. I'm trying to do it with the time.
No, that's all right.
Five minute, normal candles. I've not got anything on, zero indicators, just my volume. Come on. Move this here. It's a bit tight, sorry, I missed it. We'll get a bit more wider. I know we can see it, but if you can slow it down, and see each candle and what it does. So then
it keeps respecting those zones, doesn't it?
It does. Incredibly. True support and resistance. Not like the way they teach it, like this. Draw the lines. If I take mine away, we'd put it at the top there. Some of them would be right. We'd do other ones here. We'd have other ones here, other ones here. Just stick to it. The volume is really significant because it has to battle. It's a battle between buyers and sellers. So you have to break through the battle. So if it's strong enough, if it's got enough momentum.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, that makes sense.
Because I know initially, maybe I wasn't explaining it, but now I've shown you, you can see it. I know you can see it as well, but it's better when you have to make the decisions based on what you see. What am I waiting for here?
Well, that break
there, happened it there. Respect, that actually retested. See how it went up and it retested?
Yeah.
You can't actually see that. It went up and you went, oh, I'm in. And then it comes down and you're thinking, no, wait for the retest. Oh, it's going. Wait for the retest. Let's do one more. Final one.
I think I need to actually that volume that you've got, what settings do you need to put on it again? I just need to know the.
Okay, quickly show you where you find it.
And I'll take a screenshot.
Yeah. No, but the best bit is, okay. 70 ticks per row, 270.
I'll take a picture. Hold on.
Extend POC right.
Okay.
And then style, you have to change all this. I have these the same. Whatever colors you want is up to you.
Yeah.
I have these two. I mean that blue, a bright color. It comes out the box red. Histogram off, or if you want to switch it on, you can. Pardon me, it's a histogram. Let me show you this. Oh, out the box it comes with a histogram. You can have it a little bit if you like, or off.
I think I like it off.
Yeah, but you can see there how powerful this is. Now I'm going to shut up. Final questions for yourself.
Yep.
What impact will this have on your trading?
Oh, huge. Like it's another you know, it's another trading method, and it's also if you use it on these.
It's very precise. Because this here is like a magnet. And I'm using that for entry. Prove it to me. You've got these lines. Prove to me you're good enough to get to the next one. Momentum. Time of the day is really important.
I think that's the one as well. Time of the day. Yeah.
London Open, New York Open. New York Open for indices is a little bit later. So sometimes it might be like, why is it not moving? And just be careful. Test it 0.01. Even on a demo account, do it on 0.01. Just to.
Oh yeah. That's what I've got. Yeah.
I don't know what I did. Oh.
No, I actually want to just get into starting to try and use it, because I feel like I've got to get using it to get my head around it.
I don't know what I've done there. Yeah, I don't know what I've done. This thing's appeared. This thing's appeared. Oh, come on here. What's this here? So I apologize. This was something obviously I was going to watch. Something else I was going to watch. Right. So if there was only one thing, right at the start I said, if there was only one thing you get out of it, what would you like? So can I ask?
To get out of this session?
Remember I asked you that right at the start?
Yeah.
and you said potentially get a new trading method, but I wanted to keep it similar to yours, the higher time frames, reducing down for sniper entry on the 15 minutes, and that's exactly what we've done. So if there was only thing you've learned or benefited from it, only one, what would that be, so I can call it a day?
It's really opened my eyes as to you know, using your indicators, the power of your indicators.
Okay, I didn't think there was any indicators there. It's quite interesting.
No, well, you got the volume one, you got the quarters.
Yeah.
You know, it's that's
yeah. Thank you. Specific, very specific indicators.
But like I said, I feel like I've got to really use it myself and try and get my head around it more.
Yep. And once you go to indices or gold, it's really tough to go back the way, honestly, because it's so slow.
Well, that's why I'm really interested in it, because you know, at the moment I don't have a whole lot of time to trade, so I'm trying to make the time that I do trade as profitable and as useful, you know.
Yeah. Forget all this indicator stuff for a minute. There's another one. There is actually another indicator sometimes that you use there. I'm trying to see if is that the trade I got in today. No, I got in there last night. I got in. This is. I actually entered the trade round about 8:30 on what day is this?
I think have you got it set to my? I think you've got it set on my.
It's actually set to London.
Yeah.
Actually. So
that's 7:30.
No, that's not right. It must have been the night. It must have been. When did I get into this? I actually forget when I got into it. Was it that price? Because I've actually got it stored on my MetaTrader 4. Whenever it was, anyway. Whenever it was over there. And through the night it was on it, nothing really much happened. And I woke up with a bit of profit. I was like, oh, very nice. Then I just carried on. And it just kept, and I was like, oh, very nice. As expected, it went from one point of control to the next. And then what? TP1, look left. Boom.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any easier. You can't make this stuff up. Take profit once, he's dropped from there to there. Yeah. Why did I take profit to there at this moment in time? I don't know. Or I did it for a reason. I probably did it on the 1 hour or the 4 hour, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's touched a couple of times before.
On that we call it that supply and demand area there. Yeah, and that is it. It started doing a bit of this, and I'm like, I'm getting out. I'm happy with my lot. 2,300 and whatever.
Of course, you'd be happy with that.
Of course. What's this? That wasn't. I got out. I got out there. Oh, I was a softie. Look, it's ridiculous. I was actually. I remember now because it was TP1. I saw it coming back down, and I went, "No, but let me actually have a look at that." Yeah, I saw it coming down. Look right there. I'm not happy with my lot. Thank you very much.
That's brilliant. It is really good.
This is real. I'm just an average guy. I started whenever it was. I'm always been completely honest. I had to. I had no choice. I never had any backup.
It was sink or swim. I'd love to just go from start to finish doing it myself, but you probably don't have time.
Do you want to share screen? Do you want to share screen?
We'd have to do another session.
Yeah, we'll do that. Let's do that. But why don't you get your head round that for a week or a few days?
Yeah.
Now let me know how you do it. So to find it up here, What mixed volume session? Now, just to let you know, I'll put this into the group, but I'm not going to. I won't put it into the Forex for Beginners group. Ninja up on gold. We're expecting to go down, but sometimes you get that as a. Is that Ninja up on the? Oh, it's 5 minutes. Nothing. We don't worry about a 5 minute. Ninja up. I forget. Well, we were expecting to go up, weren't we? Let's see how far it's pushing. So far, if you get in 10 minutes ago, you would be up 45 pips.
But that's just when you say the like 2,000 pips, for me that's just mind blowing. That is literally mind blowing.
Let's leave it there. It's getting late. Have a play about with it.
All right, I'm going to jump on and have a look at. I'm going to have a look at those trainers that you told me, and then just because I feel like if I know a bit more about the way it's done, I'll be able to like have better input on our next session. I feel.
Yeah, I was about to say I'll release this just to our little chat group. I won't put it in the main group.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I wanted to keep it private. So what I'll do is I'll put it onto YouTube, not in the Forex Beginners group, but then I'll release it in our little chat group. So only the ninjas will get it. Or people who want to find it on YouTube, great. But guess what? They don't have the real sauce. It tells you to come down. Look at this. It tells you when to buy. Can't beat this stuff up. How good is this? If you didn't know how to train, if you didn't know any of this, thank you very much. 280 pips.
If you just went according to the Ninja Matrix.
Yeah, but just be careful. Don't enter it straight away. I would say get the matrix, and if you can, get the Ninja with it up. And if you miss a few pips, guess what? Doesn't matter. There's enough there. There's enough. Like there's Ninja down and that at the same time. Almost. That's okay. Okay. I would typically say don't end straight away without a Ninja because it can repaint. Never take a Ninja up in if there's a Ninja up in a red zone, only take the Ninja downs. High Kanashi, because it's there for a reason. Like that's Ninja, don't bother. If it turns blue, then that's different. Enter, because we've had a Ninja there. I wouldn't get into that. But if you did, well, you're up to however many pips it was. But there's enough there. There's enough there.
Yeah.
So don't worry. 50 minutes, 200 pips. Good night. God bless.
Thanks again for your
I think we've rocked your world a bit tonight.
Oh, mate, more than rock my world. No, thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
For the people who'll be watching this tomorrow, they'll see, wake up. What's this video? They'll be seeing you. They'll be seeing me. Do you have any words for them?
Yeah. This is definitely. You know, get on to talking to you, watching the live sessions. I feel you got to watch the sessions and you know, use your mentor. Like for example, you brought me into it, and I've spoken to you a few times, and every time I speak to you, I get something new out of it. So yeah,
this is only going to the people, just so you know, in our little community. So Bali and Anastasia rock, by the way. Bali and Anastasia.
Okay.
Different reasons to teach me different things, but this is where I'm at now.
Okay.
I'm going to say goodnight. It's getting late for me.
No,
good morning and have a good one.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Heaps. Okay, catch it.